So, where have I been? Well, well, I have been around, so to say. Well, hold on. Well, there we go. All right. Now, I said this is going to be a thing. That this is going to be a thing. So, where have I been? Working, doing Lyft. Now, I'm going to talk about those two things today. Um, first, I'll start out, or first I'll start out with my mechanic job. We'll start out there. As a mechanic, there are a lot of, not many components to the job. Well, at least the job that I had. The job that I had, you could pretty much do with no issue whatsoever. Um, like we do general maintenance. We do oil changes, tire rotations, break down tires, put new tires on, tire plugs, tire fixing, or tire patching. My bad. And basically, with all that comes a lot of responsibility. And I've been working in the mechanic industry for 3 years. I've worked in the food industry for 5. Now you might be saying, why did you go to become a mechanic all of a sudden? Because it paid more, paid a lot more. So, started, you know, started out being a GST, see where that left, and it was it was good. It was good for the most part. So, like I said, it was good for the most part, and there were a lot of sketchy things that went on as well while I worked as a mechanic, and it wasn't it wasn't the greatest. We had some good supervisors. Like right now, we have a great supervisor. Before, we had a great supervisor, but in between there, the supervisor that we had there, yeah, no, was not an ideal of what I would call a management material. Even though they thought he was, but there was too much sketchy stuff going on in the shop uh, that so there was too much sketchy stuff going on at the time, and for me, that wasn't my ideal. So my ideal was to have a great supervisor that could bring the best out of every employee, but instead we had a guy who was pretty much thinking about himself the entire time. Now, our old supervisor, the one that we had before him, he always thought about us, he thought about the customers, he did everything right by the company. It's just the area manager that we had did not like him and wanted him gone. So, but he did everything by the company, he did everything by the book. There was nothing that was left out. If something needed to be reported, it was reported then and there. And, you know, there was no issue with that. I had no issue with that. That's how you're supposed to run a place. The other supervisor, the one in between the two, the one now and the one before, wouldn't report a thing, wouldn't do a thing, had everyone else do his work for him. He would do schedules, he'd have other people do scheduling. No one else, like, he would try to schedule people. If they didn't show up one day, he'd schedule them for the next day, which I understand. But if someone is out sick, you don't schedule them the day of them telling you, hey, I feel better, and be like, oh yeah, you're coming in on your day off. No, 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 no. Like if you weren't rocking with him, then he wasn't helping you out. Pretty much. That's how it worked. Like if you didn't rock with him, you stood no chance in that shop. And so that's the reason why I didn't like it there. And then when he was abruptly let go, we had a new supervisor come in, ran the shop beautifully, had a little bit of an attitude, but that's what you get with a supervisor. Supervisors always have attitudes. Could joke around with the rest of the guys, not too much, not too little. Was on everybody's ass, like the old like our supervisor before the one in the middle. And yeah, it was good. It was a good place to work. Now we're gonna start on the topic of Lyft. Yeah, where do I begin with that? Yeah, I have no idea where to start with that one. That one is so yeah. So Lyft. Lyft is a different type of monster. Lyft is 100% a different type of monster. There you get nice people, you get rude people, you get very angry, aggressive people, or you get people that are just screaming at you constantly, telling you that, they're being really rude to you. They're obviously being rude to you. They ask the certain questions like, hey, where are you from? Just in case you're from a place that they don't like, so they can kind of dig on it because they know that you're the driver. And some people, whenever they ask you like where you're from and stuff like that, they're if they take a dig on it, then they take a dig on it. But I'm from Florida, so when people hear that, they want to take as many digs at it as possible. The thing is, I'm from Florida. We already take digs at ourselves because most of the stupid shit that happens there, people ask us, well, what are you guys gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? We're not gonna do anything. Like, we have stupid people. Everywhere has stupid people. It's just in Florida, they more or less flourish. And they flourish very well. But there's just so much stuff. Like, there's just so much stuff. Like, even on 4th of July is bad. St. Patrick's Day is bad. Like, any day that involves people going out and drinking is a bad day. Like, I know there are drivers out there that are like, oh, I've never had a bad experience. Okay. Anyone that's done Lyft that watches this video, I want you to tell me, have you ever picked someone up from a bar and they visibly go in the back of your car? That's a bad day. Because now you have two choices. You can either, one, get them a bag, two, roll down the window, or three, pull the car over somewhere safe and efficiently and have them get out and vomit. You want to get them to their destination, so you're going to hand them a bag or let them puke on your floor. Me, I'll stop on the side of the road, let them puke. Because having them puke in the car, now the car is inoperable. Because now you have to tell Lyft or Uber that someone has vomited in the car. Now, I know for people who own their own car, that's it. They're done. They're not allowed to use their car for Lyft anymore because bodily fluids have been inside of it. I know that, I don't know how it works, like, for rentals, though. I think if they puke in the rental, they'll take the rental, clean it, and give you a new one. I think so. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the rental program. And, with the rental program, you have to make a certain amount every week to pay for the car, which makes no sense when you could just pay $400 for it every 2 weeks, or $500 every 2 weeks. Like, that makes more sense. $500 every 2 weeks. Because some people may not have that $500 in 2 weeks. But, it's whatever. But I always get, like, either crazy people or I get crazy nice people, which I like. I like the crazy nice people. Those are the people who are, they're just getting out of either a hospital or a bar, and they're cursing at people while walking out of the bar, or they're still kind of in like their nightgown while going getting out of the hospital, and they just kind of vibe. Not all crazy people are bad. Some of them just want someone to fucking talk to, and some of them like people who can vibe with them. Like, that's what it comes down to. And, I'm fine with that. And, I'm fine with having people come into my car, and I'm fine with having, driver or having passengers, talk to me. And we all bring up, like, different topics in the car, and we have a conversation about it. No radio, no nothing. If not radio in the background with some background music to kind of set a mood. Temperature set in the car. Sounds like a hookup, but no. Temperature set in the car properly, so that when people get in, if it's too hot, I make sure that the temperature is something that they're going to be more comfortable with. Sometimes I ask them, but during the winter time, I remember I had it set to the center. So in the center, it's not too cold, it's not too warm, it's just perfect. Like on my car, I can set it to the center, and it would literally let out either decently cold, or it would let out warm air, so it would make the room temperature like body temperature, or make the car temperature like body temperature, so that anybody can get in the car and be fine with being in the car and not have to worry about it being too hot or too cold and then being way too toasty. Having it normal means they can kind of still wear their jackets, knowing they're going to go back outside, but knowing that they'll be cozy in their jacket because it's not too cold or it's not too warm, and that's how I like to keep my car. I also keep air fresheners in the car, which, if you don't know, if you're doing Lyft, keep all your receipts for everything that you have. So when you do Lyft, or when you do your taxes, because they're gonna take out, I think what they said was like 80% of what you made from there. So it's gonna be like, not even 80. It's gonna be like 18, I think 18 or 20% of what you made, because it's considered what is it? It's considered self-employment. So you're your own business at the moment. Even though you're going through another business, you're your own business. So you got to keep money aside. I drive enough. I work as a mechanic during the daytime, and I drive at night to make the money for the rental car. That's it. So I make enough for the rental, and then I use the money that I have that work from my other job for other bills. That's it. 2 separate bills, 2 separate pays. One is pretty much just to make for the rental pays. It's not any. I've only had like $40, $50 come to me every single time. So I make enough to like get food and stuff like that, and then I drive around to make enough to get food as well. So if I need food, I can just go, okay, I have the money that I need for the rental. I'm gonna go out, drive, make some money for some food, have it directly sent to the account, go get food, and they have that option. They have that option to do that. But I think that's about it for this video. I think this video has been good enough. I think that's enough for today. And I think that I'm gonna keep on doing this. I'm gonna keep on posting. I'm gonna post as much as I can. I'm gonna try to post, like I said, every day. My last video I said every day. I know it's been like 2 days. I've been trying to get stuff together. And I noticed that I actually had this one. This one should be on a timer thing, because this was filmed if you're watching this is filmed the day after the first video I posted, or not the first video, the first video that I've recently posted. It was, so if you're watching this, I'm trying to think trying to make sure that the day after. It should be posted the day after. If you're seeing this, it's late. Or my bad, yesterday's video. But yeah, so yeah, so I'm back. I'm gonna be doing this as much as possible. So let's have fun.